Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing on the topic subset generation algorithm. Yep. So this is completely based on the backtracking actually. Yep. Subset generation. Let's get into the definition part. See here. Subset generation is a recursive technique to generate all the possible subsets. Yeah. To generate all the possible subsets of a given set by making an include or exclude decision for every element. Yeah. By making an include or exclude decision for every element. So this is it for the subset generation element. So it does make the include or exclude decision for every element, right? So that is one thing, and it's a recursive technique to generate all the possible subsets of a given set, right? So this is fine. Now let's go through the algorithm explanation. First, what we'll do, each element has two choices, include and exclude. We have already discussed this one, right? Include it in the current subset or exclude it from the current subset. So these are the two choices each element in the set that is present in the set will be having. Then we process elements one by one using recursion. We process elements one by one using the recursion, right? So for every element, right? So we'll process um, elements one by one using the recursion. When all the elements are processed, when all the elements in the array are processed, the current subset becomes one valid answer. The current subset becomes one valid answer. So this naturally forms a binary recursion tree. So this naturally forms binary recursion tree. Just remember this. So we'll include or exclude for every element that is present in the set. We have two choices. One is including it or excluding it. Then we process the elements one by one using the recursion, right? So we'll be making use of the recursion for it. Then when all the elements are processed, the current subset becomes one valid answer, right? So that's what the algorithm does actually. Yep. This naturally forms a binary recursion tree. So this is one of the important things I wanted to include. So this is very important. You have to remember this one at any cost. Yeah. This naturally forms a binary recursion tree. Yep. So this is fine. Next. Now, based on the algorithm that we have discussed, actually, let's discuss let's write the code actually. Yep. Let's do that. First, let's go with the input array. Let's go with a simple input array, man. I'll just go with int here, array equals 1 comma 2. So this is fine. Next one, we have to store the current subset, right? I'll just go with the list here. So let me go with integer. Let me go with the integer. So this one, I'll just go with the current equals new array list. This one, yeah, this is fine. Next, we have to start the recursion from the index 0. For that, we have to write this one, right? What do we call helper function as per the backtracking template that we had discussed actually, right? So for that, I'll just go with static here. Let me go with a void. I'll just name this one generate. You can just name backtrack as well, right? Usually we go with the name backtrack itself for the backtracking helper method, right? So I'll just name this one generate, right? So this is fine. Now I'll just go with index as the parameter, and let me go with the array as the parameter as well. And I'll just go with the this one. What do we call integer? Let me go with integer. Sorry, not the integer, current, which is of the type integer. So this is fine. We'll be considering the list actually. Within the generate method actually, first what we'll do, let's go with a simple if condition. So we have discussed the backtracking template already. Yep. So previously we had discussed on the backtracking template itself. So we know what we have to do. All we have to do is we have to include recurse as well as the backtrack. These three steps we have to remember. First one, within here, choose recurse as well as the unchoose. For the choose, we'll be going with the include. For the unchoose, we will be going with the backtrack actually. Recurse remains same, right? So always remember one thing, the backtrack template, we will be going with a one helper method named backtrack actually. Usually we go with the backtrack. You can just name that one anyone, right? In our case, we are going with the generate here, right? Accordingly with the this one problem. So you can just go with a good variable name as well as the method name or the function name. Yep, however you call it. So within the backtrack method actually, within the backtrack method, so we will be going with three things, namely, right? So the video has been cut actually, the last video I have mentioned in the comment, but still let me say, so only three things will be constrained within the backtrack method. One is choose, recurse as well as the unchoose, right? These three things. First thing, let's go with the base case. For the base case, what we'll be doing, all the elements we have to go with all the elements processed. That case we have to first consider, right? So I'll just go with here if index equals length of the array, then I'll just go with s out here. So this is fine. Let me pass the current. Let me pass the current. So I'll just go with return. So this is fine. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now we have to go with including the current element, a recursion, as well as the backtrack. Means include current element, recurse to next index, backtrack means we have to undo the include. So these two things. Yep. Choice, recursion, this one. Choose recurse as well as the unchoose. Yeah, this is what we have to do. So I'll just go with the yeah, let me go with add here. This one current dot add. What we have to add, we have to include the current element, right? So I'll just go with array of index. Let me pass this one. This is fine. Next we have to recurse to the next index. This is simple. All we have to do is we have to go with the index plus one. Yep. For that, as we are recursing, I'll just include the method name here or the function name. Yep. So this is fine. This will be index plus one, and I'll just go with the array, comma, current. Yep. So this is fine. It's as simple as that. Next, what we'll do, we have to backtrack, meaning we have to undo the include. So I'll just go with the current dot remove actually this part. So let's include. I'll just go with, we have to unchoose here, right? I'll just go with the current dot size, current dot size actually this one, minus one, minus one. Yep. uh we are just backtracking here, meaning we are undoing the include. Yep. Next, let's do one thing. Let's go with a generate. Within the generate, we have to exclude the current element, so I'll just go with a index plus one. This is one thing. Then array. Yep. So I'll just go with the current, this one. It's as simple as that. We are done with this part. Let me format the code once. Yeah. So that this looks good. So this is it for the generate method or the backtrack method. Yep. This is fine. Helper method actually in simple terms. This is it for the helper method. Next, all we have to do is we have to start the recursion from the zeroth index, right? Accordingly with the example that we have considered here. So where is the example? And this one. Yeah, we will be accordingly with the algorithm, what we are finding. So it's a recursive technique to generate all the possible subsets of a given set, right? So what we'll be doing, we have to recursion, we have to start the recursion from the index zero. For that, let me make use of the helper method. Sorry, what am I doing, man? Here, let me come here. Yeah, let's make use of the helper method here. Let's start the recursion from the index zero. Index, let's give this one to zero. And let me mention the array here, the next one, as well as let me go with the current. These three things actually. Index, we have set this one. We have to start the recursion on index zero. So I have mentioned here zero, and array as well as the remains same actually here, right? So this is fine. Yep. Now we are done with this. We are done with this particular algo, right? So do we have any error? It's not screaming anywhere, right? So this is fine. Anyways, we are done with this part. Next, what shall we do? Let's dry run the code. Let's dry run the code accordingly with the code that we have written. Yeah. So that we'll get to know whether the whatever the code that we have written is correct or not. And also we'll get to know about the output part. Let's do that. So we'll consider the same example here, right? So we'll be going with a 1 and 2 respectively, right? Example that we have considered within the code actually. First, what we'll do within the dry run, we'll start with this one. Initially, what we'll do, we'll start with index 0, index equals 0, as well as current, we will set this one to the empty array accordingly with the code that we have written. Next, what we'll do, we will be including one, right? So we will be including one. Let's include one here, right? So this is fine. And this becomes actually current equals one. Yeah, this is fine. Yep, this is fine. Next, we have to include two. Next, we have to include two. So I'll just go with include two. This one also, I'll just go with include. Yeah, we'll just go with include two as well as include two. So this becomes current of 1 comma 2 as well as this one current equals 1. Yeah, current equals 1. Yep. So we will be printing these two. We will be printing these two. Yep. 1 2 as well as the 1. Yep. So this is fine. Next, there are two options, right? We have include as well as the exclude as per the algorithm and as per the code that we have written as well. Yep. So we will include two. We'll include two, and this one is not include actually. This one is exclude. Sorry, we'll exclude two here, right? So current becomes one when we exclude two. So these two things we will be uh, these things we will be doing actually. So we'll be printing actually 1 to 1 we have. Now we have one more option, mainly exclude, nothing but we will exclude 1 as well. We have already excluded 2. We'll exclude 1. When we exclude 1, we will include 2, right? We will include 2 actually. We'll include 2. So this becomes current equals 2 actually. So when we get 2, we will print this one. Again, we have one more thing. We will exclude 2 here, right? So we will exclude 2. So then when we exclude 2, current becomes empty array, right? So subset also involves the empty array, right? So we know this. So we'll print this one as well. So these 4 things we will print 1, 2, 1, this one 2 as well as the empty array. So this becomes output will be 1 comma 2, 1 as well as 2 and this one empty array. So the order doesn't matter here. So we'll be going with a 1 second. So now what we'll do, we'll include 2 as well as we have included 2 as well as we have excluded 2. So this becomes empty array 2, 1, 2 as well as the 1, right? So this is fine, I believe. So this is the output that we will be getting. This is the output that we'll be getting 1, 2, 1, 2 as well as this one, right? Accordingly with the code that we have written, we have to get the output 1 empty array 1, 2 as well as the 1, 2. Order doesn't matter anything. Order doesn't matter actually here. This is the output that we need to get. And it forms the while discussing the algorithm actually, I said the last point that this naturally forms the binary recursion tree, right? So the recursion tree would look like this actually. We have 1, yep, initially root, this one initially root actually. So this is fine. We have 1, so this side empty. Then finally first accordingly with the code that we have written 1, 2, 1, 2 as well as the, right? So this is how this is the decision view actually. This is the decision view. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. Accordingly with what we have written, this forms the recursion tree. Yep. So this is the recursion tree. Yep. So this is it for the dry run. This is it for the dry run. So now we are going with the two this one. We have two options for every element, include and exclude. Accordingly with the code that we have written, we have dry run the code. Now we have to get the output 1, 2, 1, 2 as well as the empty. These are the empty array. These are the subsets of the given set, right? For the 1, 2 actually example that we have considered, and we have seen the recursion tree as well. We are left with only one thing, two things actually. One is that we have to run the code that we have written. Yep, that we have to do. And after doing that, if we get the desired output, we have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. Yep, let's do that. First, let's run the code. So let me come here. Let's run the code. I'll just come here. Yep, let me run the code. So what is the output that we need to get? We already know that what is the output that we need to get, right? So this is fine. Let's wait for some time. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, you can clearly see here 1, 2, 1, 2 as well as the empty empty array. Yep. So these are the subsets of the given set, right? So we are getting the desired output. Now we know that whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct actually. So we have dry run the code as well. We have already we had dry run the code. So now we are left with only one thing. We have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. Let's do that. So what will be the time complexity here? Time complexity would lead to big of 2 to the power of n, because each element has two choices, right? So either to include or exclude. Then this was space complexity. What will be the space complexity? Space complexity would lead to big of n as well. Big of n actually, sorry, due to the recursion stack. Recursion stack would go up to the this one. In the worst case, the recursion stack go up to big of n, and the current will we are going with the current subset as well, right? So we are storing the current subset within the array. So overall, it would lead to big of n itself. Yeah, the time complexity and the space complexity would lead to big of 2 to the power of n and big of n respectively. So this is it for the complexities part actually. This is it for the complexities part. Yeah, we are done with the complexities part. Yep. So now totally we are done with this part. What do we call? Subset generation algorithm. Next, what we'll be doing, we will be going with a permutation generation algorithm. Yep. So that's what we'll be doing. Next, we'll be going with permutation generation algorithm. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.